Are you sure about this?
Yeah.
When you were just a baby, your father abandoned you to be a hunter. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Gold really did it. He actually...
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation.
Today we're covering the first 2 seasons of Hunter x Hunter, the 2011 version.
And this is heavily recommended to us by many of our followers and Rascal family.
Yes.
Including Sylvian. And these 2 seasons kick off the Hunter exams and show us why this is one of the best anime series out there.
But before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, click notifications of future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
Thank you so much for your support, for subscribing, and for sharing our content. It helps out our channel a lot. So quickly, we want to mention this is based on the manga written by Yoshihiro Togashi. Originally run from March of 1988 to the present.
It's still going since then.
And if you're on Twitter, X, or Twix, you saw that within the last few days, actually some pages were shown by Togashi.
Yeah.
That he's returned to writing. And currently there are 37 volumes of this manga.
Oh, dang.
This is adventure, fantasy, martial arts. And the 2 seasons we're covering are the 2 arcs. Hunter Exam, 26 episodes in season 1. And Heaven's Arena, 12 episodes for season 2.
Right. And we decided to cover both of these together because one immediately goes into the other. They're 2 different arcs, but it all flows up as just one incredibly large season.
Now there's been a whole lot of content out for Hunter x Hunter. There's the manga, of course, we mentioned. The anime film, Hunter x Hunter, that came out in 98. The TV series, there have been 2. One from 1999, October to 2001, March, that ran 62 episodes. And then there's a Hunter x Hunter OVA that actually was 30 episodes.
30 episode OVA has its own series.
The current one we're watching, which ran from October of 2011 to September of 2014, having out 148 episodes. So we're just getting started.
Yep.
And then there have been multiple films, including Phantom Rouge, which came out in 2013, as well as The Last Mission, 2013 as well.
Right.
And 8 video games.
Wow, so there's so much content for this anime already. And the fact that it's still going, the manga itself, after such a long hiatus, is incredible. Because you got a lot of animes or mangas ending soon. And this is still one of the longer running ones still going. This is like the Simpsons of anime in a way. Or that'd probably be One Piece too, but you get the idea. And we started this quite some time ago and then finally got back to it after we got interested from a bunch of tweets, right, online.
Right. Walkley, who has left, unfortunately, Twitter, he was doing running commentary, which was fantastic. And it was so entertaining, the gifts he was sharing and scenes, that I'm like, we got to get back to watching this. We have no idea what we're missing. This is so good.
Yeah.
And it is easy to see why this is so well loved, including the characters, the 2 main characters, Gon and Killua, but you also got Kuripika.
Killua.
No.
I'm sorry.
Killua and Gon, yes, but the other 2 are Kuripika, who was there to...
Oh, yes.
To
the
prove...
one the blonde one, yes.
Yes. And then the one who's definitely based on Bash the Stampede.
Yes. Lior. Oh my gosh.
So you can see how this anime has influenced so many other manga, so many other anime, so many other characters. And it's definitely a time capsule of what was popular and current, not only in anime and manga, but also in pop culture.
Right. And just by seeing the first 2 seasons, you can tell what animes that the author of this manga and anime watched when writing this. Because, like you said, you already had a Trigun reference, so there's probably even more references from the 90s, 80s, or even 70s mixed in there that a lot of people had caught on to. And you kind of miss when they anime like this where they would make shows and things inspired by the things they grew up with and they love. Now a lot of animes nowadays kind of just use designs and things from animes going at that moment when they're writing it, rather than stuff they grew up with. It's stuff that's on now, and it's becoming a thing where the characters aren't standing out as much because you can tell they're a shadow or amalgamation of other characters that exist, and it's kind of there to be more or less relying on that popular character to be similar to this, and you're gonna like them just the same way as you do. But for Hunter x Hunter, you can tell who they inspired much later, so they still stand out as their own characters.
And mainly Deku and Bakugo.
Yes.
You immediately see it, not just when you look at them, but when you are watching the anime. You can see it, and there's so many more. We're not going to spend time going through them because we want to talk more about the anime itself.
I think the only one I got to mention is Gon is like Ash.
Yes,
It's about Ash. They're just trying to find his dad. Like, oh, you have better luck than Ash at that.
Yes. So in this universe, hunters are licensed elite members of humanity who are capable of tracking down secret treasures, rare beasts, and individuals, and they also can assess locations that regular people can't.
Mm-hmm.
And to obtain a license, they have to pass the rigorous annual hunter examinations run by the Hunter Association, which the success rate is less than 1 in 100,000. And let me tell you, there are some crazy people applying and trying to obtain this license. Some of them, like Hisoka, who should never be given a license.
Right? It's like, why is he allowed here?
And they're able to use remarkable techniques like Nen and Zetsu and Ten and so many other techniques that we won't go into in detail, but you find out how important they are in each hunter being able to be capable of not only taking down opponents who are trying to harm them, but also during the different levels of the hunter's exam, they got another stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They can't make it past certain venues without it. Season 1 was excellent in terms of that arc, the hunter exam arc, which is what it was called, where they had to go through levels of a building.
Yes, and that was probably, literally leveling up, and it would take them days to even get to the point, even get to a certain amount of floors, and in some cases it could be a week or more. And when they finally get there, they still gotta sit and wait and take a break in a break room because they gotta wait for other people to finish. So yeah, these exams are so intense. They last a very long time. There's a bunch of people applying, and a lot of the tests they have are so bonkers. You're wondering, like, is all this necessary to be a hunter? What are we hunting?
And then you get to see the core group form, because we know, again, Killua and Gon are the main MCs, but then the team itself with Leorio and Karipaka, make sure I get it correct, they are the core team.
Mm-hmm.
And you see how they come to rely on each other, how they band together, they help each other out, they come to trust each other.
Yes.
Leorio actually grows as a character because he's kind of just like a slime in the beginning, a womanizer.
Oh god.
He does some things that are just.
And they're like, you
He
okay
set
with
them back because he wanted to feel all over a woman. He set them back.
and said it was
terribly.
worth it. It was worth getting yelled at, worth the penalization because he wanted that bad.
And that was reminiscent of Akira Toriyama. We're currently reading Dragon Ball. And yeah, that was definitely a shout out to what he did to set them back. And so when this is over,
you know
you
that,
think,
don't you?
okay,
I
we're
do.
going on to something different. But no, you
He
get
did
to
it. He actually.
season 2, the Heaven's Arena arc, and Gon and Killua again are in a building where they have to level up
Again.
And
Yeah.
we're like, we thought that was over in the first one. The only difference is in season 1, they think they've finished qualifying, but they haven't. And still in season 2, unbeknownst to all of them, the ones that have passed and made it to the final level are still being tested.
Yeah, so that's why we wanted to cover both of these together. It's still continuing on from season 1. It's taking place in an arena. Now they're having the tournaments, but it's still technically part of the Hunter exam. So it's just kind of like one large arc broken into 2 parts. And for that aspect of the season, actually still was entertaining. It wasn't as long as season 1, like you said, reduced to 12 or 13 episodes. 12 episodes. It still was engaging to watch because, especially when you're watching some of these tournament fights, some of them were just done after one hit.
What was really great about season 1 is we got to learn more about Killua, really in detail. Gone, we didn't learn as much. You learned more in season 2, and you found out that his dad is actually a renowned hunter as well, and he's decided he's going to find his father. And you get way more of his backstory in season 2. He even gets his own little episode for more of the backstory in the final episode of season 2. And we haven't learned about Leorio yet, or Kurapika, and I'm sure we'll learn about them in the seasons to come.
Right.
She kind of has told you her history, but you haven't gotten the backstory and seen it play out neither for Leorio.
Right.
And you gratefully are so happy that a lot of these people who are competing are gone.
Right.
Too, because again, they should have never been part of this. Hisoka, he is a sick individual. And that's all we're going to say because of YouTube. We're not wanting to get flagged, but he is a sick one. He is a perv. He has no business being around children.
None whatsoever. File a restraining order against this man.
And Gon is the object of his obsession.
And it's like, what am I looking at? Yeah, I think that'd be really the only thing. And it doesn't like destroy the quality of the show. They make it clear he is a villain. There's no redemption. It's not seen as something enjoyable. It's like, this guy is bad news. He is powerful. Don't mess with him. And yes, he's messed up in the head too. Send him to jail as soon as possible.
And it's so funny. For the 5th time, we were rewatching the JJK Zero movie, and they have a character that's following Gato in it. That is Hisoka, except for he's more muscle buff and he keeps his shirt off.
He's not pink.
And it's like, that's Hisoka. Oh my gosh. So yes, this anime has been so influential in so many, in inspiring so many other shows and characters and arcs, storylines, that they owe a great debt to Hunter x Hunter. You've seen so many people say it's their favorite. So many people that love these characters still decades later, and definitely you can see why when you watch it. It is well written characters, even from the short amount we've watched, are well written and interesting, and there's nothing formulaic about it. You get such diverse characters, even ones you don't like, and the storylines are so interesting in learning about the different techniques. And I know if Phoenix is watching this, yes, we definitely see where Naruto had an inspiration on this as well, with the techniques and different things that happen within it. The animation, of course, is of the time. For the time it came out, it was very well done. So when you watch it, you have to keep that in mind. You can't judge it based on current standards. And the voice actors are incredible, and we get to hear some of our favorites as well. Yes,
and seeing these 2 seasons, you can see really why this became such a hit. Both, probably this one and the 99. We don't know how much of 99 they used in here, if any at all. It may have gotten like Brotherhood treatment where they adapted more of what was in the manga rather than making it their own. We don't know. But for what Hunter x Hunter 2011 is for itself, it really earns its place as one of the best animes out there, and how it influenced all these other mangakas and creators around the world.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the original, because being told by multiple people on Twitter that should watch it after we finish the 2011 version. So quickly, a shout out to some of the English dub voice actors: Erica Mendez as Gon, Christina V as Killua. Believe
my
it or not,
gosh.
it doesn't even sound like her.
Right.
She's done a job like Luffy's voice actor.
Right. Of Colin Clinkenbeard.
Yeah, same type of quality. Kurapika is voiced by Erica Harlacher. Leorio is voiced by Matthew Mercer, and
Of
we were
all
so
people.
stunned when we learned that. We could not believe that another beloved character not only is voiced by him, but it doesn't sound anything like him. So we were really, really surprised.
Right.
Hisoka, who is one of the main antagonists, is voiced by Keith Silverstein. That was easy. I mean, as soon as you hear him, you know him.
Right.
You also have Chris Hackney. You have Robbie Damon as Lucifer.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That's part of the Phantom Troop, which comes out in season 3. And that is the arc for season 3. So we can't wait to hear some of these other voice actors that we know we're going to recognize when we hear them. So if you've watched Hunter x Hunter, the 2011 series, let us know in the comments. Is it one of your favorites? Have you seen both? Do you recommend one or the other? Have you read the manga? Tell us. We'd love to hear it and hear what you think. If you haven't, Hunter x Hunter is available on Netflix as well as Crunchyroll.
Yes.
Probably on Disney Plus too.
Probably, if they got a license for it too.
Or Hulu. It probably is. And if you haven't seen it, you owe it to yourself to watch this anime. It is absolutely fantastic. And looking forward to one day reading the manga. I know it's going to be a long read, but I really would love to check it out so that when the next part of the story comes out, we know we're getting another series.
Right.
That will be current on knowing all the background to this one.
Right. And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and movie videos for your anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. And thank you for subscribing. Feel free to share this podcast. It helps out our channel a lot. And thank you so much for being our specials.
Yes. Thanks so much for watching. Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.